Ladies and gents, players and pimps, this is the Nocturnal Nights with Knox and Neto. And we have quite a few stories for you guys. Some twists and turns, some stuff that maybe is allowed in heaven but not on earth. We got some more stories of, hey, a McDonald's story. I'm very curious. That happened to my guy right here. You let him know, man. I cannot wait to hear this.
Lord, forgive our father, for he has sinned. A New Jersey priest recently went a bit overboard during communion, deciding to praise God with 1, 2, 3, 4, hell, a lot of drinks. On Thursday morning, too. How devout is that? A true man of the cloth right there. One day of the week is not enough for him. So, it's only natural that the Lord would speak to him and urge him to reward himself for all his pious deeds. Well, it wasn't so much the Lord as it was an absence of pills, but no matter. Our priest here decided to take action. Oh, and take action he did. He stole from a Walmart. And can we really blame him? Walmart sells quality consumer goods. Why, it's the first choice for small-town Americans all across the country. Well, their first choice after the other stores they can't go to on account of Walmart running them out of business, but whatever. Look, the Lord, the voices, endorse it, and that's enough for me. Anyways, back to our avenging angel. Unfortunately, that Walmart was actually a stronghold for the wicked because those bastards tried to stop our man from retrieving his promised reward. And by that I mean they called the cops on him. Liquid courage be damned, the priest's face faltered, and he decided to pull a Hail Mary and go with God. He fled very, very quickly. Could say he took off at God's speeds even. And yet, they caught him. Suffice to say, he's no longer a priest, and you just know he had a whole book of Revelations when he woke up.
That's crazy. So it's allowed in heaven, but not on earth.
Exactly.
Wow. John Wayne, and no, not famous, beloved American cowboy western John Wayne. This is about John Wayne Bobbitt. First, losing his penis in a toxic relationship is now losing his toes due to toxic water. And for those of you who are too young to know who John Wayne Bobbitt is, in 1993, he was famously known for having his penis cut off. His wife, on the other hand, was infamously known for cutting off his penis while he was asleep, driving off with it, and tossing the severed penis out the window like an old beer can, causing Mr. Bobbitt, as John Wayne, American film star cowboy, to fit the name perfectly considering now they both shoot blanks. Unfortunately, Mr. Bobbitt is losing more limbs and losing his toes due to toxic water at Camp Lejeune, taking the term "it must be something in the water" to a whole nother level. Stationed at Camp Lejeune in the 1980s, which was a base that had bad water supply contaminated with industrial chemicals. After John Wayne briefly became an adult actor, and golly, I mean briefly, he took his part-time penis and returned to his construction job where he stepped on a nail and claimed he stated the injury had festered due to his time spent at Camp Lejeune. With an undiagnosed illness, it unfortunately caused him to lose 10 toes and 7 surgeries in over a course of a decade. So we do thank John Wayne for your service. However, due to previous life circumstances led him to not be able to stand at attention in 2 ways.
Can you imagine just waking up to go pee and finding yourself a Ken doll? No way.
This is the thing. How hard you gotta sleep to have your pants pulled down and
My gut must hurt. Like, I don't know. I'd be surprised if it's gone or that I didn't wake up.
And the crazy thing is, his wife did not go to jail for it.
She
wasn't found guilty for insanity. Jesus Christ, I gotta get up on this being a white thing.
Anyways, as we all know, more and more stores are locking up goods to prevent theft. Pharmacies, TJ Maxx, you name it. The point is, it's a common occurrence, and I think I speak for every single person on the planet when I say it's a little bit annoying. Understandable, but annoying. Still, one Texas man took his hatred of this new trend to the extreme, and that's extreme starting with an X. First off, let me ask you a question. What's the most important thing to a Texan? Well, if you said football, border walls, armadillos, or Brokeback Mountain, no, not that, but in any case, if you said any of those, then you were wrong. You'd be terrible at Jeopardy. I, on the other hand, will win unless they ask me about armadillos, because I know exactly what's important to them. Beer. That's right, beer. So you can imagine this one Texan's sheer rage when he discovered that the beer coolers in the store he was in were locked. Oh, the humanity. I know social anxiety is tough. I mean, personally, I don't have it, but I do know people who do, and it can get in the way of daily life. But that's not an excuse to do what the Texan did and drive your truck into the store and ram the coolers. I mean, just ask an employee, man. They'll open it for you. That's why they're there. Look, I get it. It's annoying. I myself went to Walgreens last week to buy some batteries, and they were locked up too. And you know what I did? Did I come back with a machete and start hacking at the shelves? No, I asked an employee to unlock them. Granted, I did have to prowl around like half the store to find one, but in the end, I did get my batteries. My 4-pack of AA batteries that was locked up. Anyways, the Texan was arrested. Moral of the story, just don't be shy.
The crazy part about that is, when you said that, I thought the most important thing was guns. I automatically thought, I was like, guns. It's Texas, guns.
You gotta shoot the beer cans, so that's multi-use. I don't know. I wasn't really thinking.
Hey, I remember when Walmart used to sell guns, so.
Oh, I do too. They had the rifles, right?
Yeah.
Man.
Whew. For the second story, ladies and gents, President Pimps, your boy did not want to do another story about a severed penis. However, I will give you a really quick update on what happened. Now, apparently a 27-year-old was sleeping and he rolled over on his side, heard a snap, and that was it. He went to the doctor 36 hours later. Unfortunately, the doctor said it was eggplant dysmorphia. Yeah, penis broke in 3 ways.
I want to hear that.
Yeah, I didn't want to do any more stories about broke dicks, so changed it.
Okay, viewers, I'm not gonna lie, I ran out of actual news stories. Now, I could have also talked about that man fracturing his penis, but no, man. I mean, for one thing, there's no bones to break in that bone. So, what do they do, break tissue? I don't know. Besides, it's not my style. I like things that are classy, sophisticated. So without further ado, I'm giving you a story about McDonald's. Oh, McDonald's, that snazzy place. Specifically, a story about a recent-ish experience of mine. And yes, now, I know what you're thinking. Evan, that isn't news, you idiot. What are you doing? What are you talking about? Well, it is news because it just happened the other day. And by that, I mean December, but it is informational, as you'll soon see. So to begin with, this all took place at about 10 p.m. at a McDonald's right next to an Arco. You might know the place. It's in Castro Valley, kind of near Hayward. Anyways, things, as they often do, started off completely normal. In fact, I was actually pretty impressed by how clean that place was. I mean, that sentiment, however, was short-lived. Oh God, was it short-lived. Because as soon as I got my food, I saw some bullshit, man. This lady, and I don't want to assume, so I'm not going to say trailer trash, but she was a white lady with purple hair, a sort of strung out look, and well, you can fill in the gaps. Well, she was changing her toddler's diaper directly on one of the tables adjacent to me, like no napkins, no towels, just ass to table in the middle of the restaurant. And look, I know I sound judgy right now, and don't get me wrong, I've seen some stuff in restaurants, but never in my days have I seen that. I mean, man, the bathroom has a changing station, a diaper changing station just for that situation. You don't have to do it in the restaurant. So you can imagine, I just looked up from my food and was like, God damn! Well, I thought that at least. Okay, I did actually think something different, which was much more shocked, and angry, and verbose, and in fact full of profanities. So many that one could say I took a large bite out of the forbidden fruit of the Garden of English. Granted, I only looked up for about half a second since, I mean, who the hell wants to see that? But thank God the lady's back was blocking my view because, I mean, that has to rank in the top 5 things you don't want to see when you're eating, like just below like murder. And if you're thinking, Evan, just switch seats, I'm afraid that wasn't going to work either. There was a crackhead in the booth directly behind me, and I know she was a crackhead because of the hollow face, you know what I'm talking about, like the eyes, the cheeks, and like the literal stack of lottery tickets that she was going through like this. And like, look, you look for too long, and they think you're looking for too long, and then it suddenly, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? I have all my teeth. They're all there. Yeah, no. I did not want to risk it, so you better believe I just stared at my table and inhaled my food like a vacuum cleaner. And I'm a slow eater too. I was like a slow eater and a fast drinker of water. Of water, I mean, nothing else. Except on Christmas Eve. But if you think about it, Christmas celebrates Jesus, and Jesus turned water into wine, so really, I was drinking water then too. So much water that I couldn't stand up the next day. But that's not important. This very legitimate news story is, because it could have been much worse. I could have been the poor employee who got up to do something about it. Like, I could see it in the corner of my eye, and this poor man walked about like half the length of the restaurant before just like stopping his tracks, and like, I could see the gears in his head turning. He was just thinking to himself, on one hand, this is disgusting. But on the other, it's 10 o'clock and I'm not paid enough to deal with this. He eventually just went back to work, and honestly, I can't blame him. Like, if I was him, I'd have just taken my bathroom break like at that particular moment. And thankfully, the lady was done by the time I finished my food. Anyways, the point is, after all the jokes are done, don't be this kind of parent. It isn't right, and it isn't fair to kids.
Yeah, your first choice in forbidden fruit was going to McDonald's in general.
Especially at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I don't even, those are crackhead hours. I wouldn't even.
No, man, I was hungry, when I say.
Man, you better make a sandwich. Well, that is all for Nocturnal News with Knox and Neto. And we will see you guys later with more stories. You catch us at Chabot News for late night news. And hey, it's your boy Rob Knox.
Evan Neto, lest I get fired because I didn't tell the professor about that last story.
You get fired for cursing. And then we both cursing.
It's late night, I think we're allowed.
All right, we will see you guys later.